but many people are still dealing with the effects of the pandemic, particularly in the job market. Over the year of the COVID-19 pandemic, we've seen more than twice the number of unemployment claims. And I think this is a number that people really need to pay attention to. 1.67 million individuals. I'll repeat it, 1.67 million individuals in Virginia, more than we saw in 2 years of the Great Recession. To date, 1 in 3 Virginia workers have applied for unemployment benefits. We know people want to get back to work, and employers want workers. But for some folks, finding a new job isn't the only hard part. They also have challenges with transportation to get to work or finding affordable child care. Today, I'm proud to announce a new program that will help. We'll use $3 million in federal funds. Thank you, Congresswoman Loria, for that assistance, to pilot the new Return to Earn grant program. It will get people, thank you. It will get people back to work by matching cash stipends of up to $500 that businesses can give to new hires to help them transition back to work. The program will target small businesses, those with 100 or fewer employees, that are paying new hires at least $15 an hour. The payment can be provided to the employee in the form of a lump sum when they're hired, or in installments to offset the ongoing cost of child care, transportation, and other barriers. That means a new job paying $15 an hour with up to $1,000 to help cover child care or transportation until you're able to get back on your feet. That will make a difference to a lot of people and will help them overcome some of the issues that are keeping them out of the workforce. Helping people get back into the workforce is also good for our small businesses, just like here at Harvest, because a lot of them are seeing a sharp rise in demand. People want to eat at our restaurants again, or travel to new places, and they want to stay in our hotels. The mayor just told me that there will be 60,000 people on the beach tomorrow for sand soccer. It will take some time for our labor market and demand to reach equilibrium, but I'm confident that we'll get there. This program will help. We've also reopened our Virginia Career Work Centers for in-person services. We all want our economy to get back to where it was before the pandemic. In February of 2020, our statewide unemployment rate was at an all-time low of 2.6%. We were the best state for business by CNBC, and our workforce was ranked #1 nationwide. That's where we're going to be again. Already our unemployment rate is below the national average at 4.7%. We are well on our way to our economic recovery, and that's good for our businesses and for our workers. We'll keep working to do everything that we can to support businesses and their employees and all the Virginians who are still struggling as we move forward. I just want again to thank everybody. This is a team effort, and it takes people coming together at the local level here in Virginia Beach, at the state level, and also at the national level. And you know, we've had a great relationship with our friends in Washington. We've got a great relationship with President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. They are committed to ending this pandemic and getting businesses back up and running. And we've had great relationships with our congressional delegation. I have a conversation with them at least every week or every two, and they have been part of the team. And there's a great leader from right here in Virginia Beach representing the 2nd Congressional District, Elaine Loria. So Elaine, thank you so much for all that you've done for our constituents here and also for our country, and we appreciate it and hope you continue the great work. So thank you, and please welcome Congresswoman Elaine Loria. Thank you. Thank you, Elaine.
Well, thank you, Governor Northam. I want to say thank you again to Mayor Dyer, to Delegates Fowler and Delegates Guy, and Councilman Tower for joining us today. I think it's truly an example of this is federal, state, and local cooperation. And everyone has been through a very difficult time over the last 15 or so months. And I know for businesses that had to abruptly curtail their operations. It was very difficult, difficult for the employees and people who found themselves out of work unexpectedly. And now we're getting back. We're coming back from that pandemic. We want businesses to function, to operate fully. We're standing here at Harvest Restaurant on this beautiful new deck where you can see the ocean, and they want to be able to operate at full capacity and have as many employees as possible to be able to operate this great facility and this new bar, which hopefully folks will come visit and enjoy. And to do that, they have to have employees. And like has been mentioned, there have been barriers. There's barriers with childcare. There's barriers with transportation as well that have made it hard for people to get back to work. So I'm really pleased to be joined here with Governor Northam, with Secretary Healy, and this great program that's going to provide an incentive for our business owners and for potential employees throughout the region to help them get back to work, help them get back on their feet. And it is really a great opportunity, I think, to help move us forward. I mean, it's Virginia Beach. What better place to come spend the summer and enjoy our beautiful sand and upcoming sand soccer and all the festivals and music that we'll have here throughout the summer. So thank you, Governor Northam. Thank you, Secretary Healy, and the whole team at the state and local level for bringing this together. And thank you again.
Nothing like a greeting back to Virginia Beach. Glad to be here.
Well, could you explain why you put in the $15 an hour requirement, and also how does this work with restaurants? A lot of waitresses or bartenders are tipped, and it's different than the minimum wage. So can you explain how that works?
You want to answer that if you want?
Yeah, I can do that. So we chose the $15. I think it's important, Governor Northam. We believe in our office that $15 is a living wage here in Virginia, so we're going to try and encourage that as well. Tipped employees does count, so it can be your base pay plus any additional tips that to equal $15 does count to get this type of incentive.
Can you talk a little bit about, I've talked to a couple businesses down here, and they are kind of upset about hearing about the new initiative because they're saying, you know, all these other people have been working all summer, all winter. Can you talk a little bit about that? What do you say about that?
Well, I think just the fact that, you know, we're trying to get our businesses, especially our restaurants, back up and running again. And, you know, over this past year, a lot of businesses have actually done well in Virginia. We've diversified our economy, but certainly the hospitality industry has suffered. And that's restaurants, it's hotels, it's entertainment venues. And so as we travel around Virginia, and I don't think it's anything unique to Virginia, it's actually this country. You know, people are craving for employees. Some of them can't stay open on certain days because they don't have enough. And so we've got to be flexible as we move forward. And, you know, it's all hard to keep everybody content. That's a given. But the restaurants like the one we're here today, a lot of fast food restaurants, a lot of hotels, they still need help. And so this is just another tool in the toolbox to help these businesses get back up and running.
Governor, can you explain that one more time? Because you kind of have a long speech, and I kind of got lost in all the other words about what is this, and how's it going to work? Because I got lost in all that.
Sure. What this is a way to help businesses and employees get back to work, to get businesses back up and running, to get people back into the workforce.
Right. Explain the money part.
Yes,
about it.
and it's an incentive. It's a federal grant. It's seed money or a pilot program of $3 million. Businesses that are offering new employees $15 or more an hour. We'll match $500 incentive to have new employees start with $500 from this federal grant.
So the business has to put up $500
That's correct.
also?
That's correct.
Okay. And
Except if it's childcare. If it's a childcare related business, they don't have to.
so that they're not going to be eligible for the other money that they're getting from unemployment if they're going to get a job, so they'll lose their unemployment benefits. Correct?
That would be correct, yeah.
Why don't you just discontinue the benefits and let the workers come back and let the owners pay the people?
Well, that's the direction we're moving in. Do you want to talk about what we're doing at the...
But business owners are saying that they're competing with the government.
Why don't you ask the question, let us explain it. Yeah.
So there's many challenges of why people are not going back to work. One of the things is transportation.
Instead of talking in the middle,
Yeah, sorry. There's many reasons when I talk to Virginians every single day of why they're struggling to get back to work, and many of it's around childcare issues, it's around transportation, that they need that extra incentive, that extra money to go back to work. We are working with employers to do flexible schedules. We are working with our workforce centers to make sure people have the right skills to move into these jobs, and so that's why it's important to kind of help support that worker the first month while they're on the job.
I think maybe something else you were alluding to, for individuals to still receive unemployment benefits, they have to prove that they are applying for work, and there are still individuals, just like Secretary Healy was saying, that are having difficulty getting back into the workforce. And so as long as that federal help is there, that's money that will help these individuals. It's also money that will go right back into our economy. So I know some states have said we're going to stop accepting the federal supplement, but we're not going to do that here in Virginia.
We got time for one more. Anything else? Okay, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you.
All right, thank you all so much.